What if the world's best-selling electric vehicle just became unrecognizable to itself? Truth be told, Tesla's Model Y didn't just dominate the EV market by accident. It became the vehicle that convinced millions, everyday families, skeptics, first-time electric buyers, that going electric wasn't a compromise anymore. It was an upgrade, a statement, a glimpse into what driving could feel like when you stopped making excuses for the past. But here's the kicker. Tesla just hit the reset button on their own success story. The 2026 Model Y isn't a facelift. It's not a refresh with a new badge and some software tweaks. This is Tesla admitting that even perfection has room to evolve, and what they've created might just rewrite the rules one more time. You and I both know that redesigning the best-selling EV on the planet is a gamble. You're tampering with something people already love. You risk alienating the faithful. You risk losing that magic formula that made it work in the first place. So why did Tesla do it? Because standing still, even at the top, means falling behind. Let's talk about what that means for the millions already driving a Model Y and the millions more watching from the sidelines, wondering if now is finally their moment. The original Model Y was revolutionary because it made electric cars normal. It fit into your life without demanding you change everything about how you drive, how you road trip, how you think about your daily commute. It was practical magic. But the new Model Y is asking a different question entirely. Not, can an EV replace your gas car? We already answered that. The question now is, can a car anticipate your life instead of just responding to it? Wait till you hear what they changed underneath the surface. Step inside the 2026 model, and the first thing you notice isn't what's there. It's what's gone. The clutter, the visual noise, the unnecessary complexity that crept into the original design over the years. Tesla stripped it back to intention. Every surface, every control, every line of sight serves a purpose. And if you've ever driven the previous generation, you'll feel it immediately. This cabin doesn't just look different, it breathes differently. The seats? Completely re-engineered. Not just for comfort, though they're noticeably more supportive on long drives, but for how your body actually experiences 3, 4, 5 hours behind the wheel. The original Model Y had good seats. These feel like Tesla finally asked, what if we stopped comparing ourselves to other EVs and started competing with luxury brands? And then there's the sound, or rather, the lack of it. The original Model Y was quiet. This one is library quiet. Tesla re-insulated the entire structure, rethought the acoustic engineering, and the result is a cabin that feels like it's wrapped in silence. Road noise, wind noise, that subtle electric motor hum, it's all been dialed back to the point where you notice what's missing. Now, here's the thing. That silence isn't just about luxury. It's about mental space. It's about arriving home from a long drive and realizing you're not exhausted. You're not drained. You're relaxed. If you've ever wondered why some cars feel more tiring to drive than others, even when you're just sitting there, this is the answer. But what really changed when you press the accelerator? The previous Model Y was fast, thrilling even. That instant torque, that zero hesitation launch, it's the thing that made people grin the first time they experienced it. And it's still there, but the new suspension setup transforms what happens in between those moments. Tesla didn't just make it more comfortable, they made it more confident. The old Model Y could feel a little floaty over rough pavement, a little uncertain when the road got choppy. It was the one area where you had to accept a trade-off. Yes, it's an EV, but it still rides like a tall crossover. The new 2026 model finally smooths out those rough city roads. It soaks up highway expansion joints. It handles the daily reality of broken pavement and potholes without constantly reminding you that you're sitting high off the ground. You gotta admit, that's the kind of improvement you don't appreciate until you experience it. And then you can't imagine going back. And then Tesla did something nobody expected. They didn't just update the software. They fundamentally rethought how the car communicates with you, and more importantly, how it doesn't. The previous generation had a learning curve. The massive center screen, the minimalist controls, the reliance on menus and submenus. It was brilliant in theory, but in practice, it sometimes felt like you needed a tutorial just to adjust the air vents. The new system anticipates. It learns your patterns. It understands that when you get in the car at 7:42 a.m. on a Tuesday, you're probably heading to work, and it preconditions accordingly. It knows that when you plug in a destination 300 miles away, you want the charging stops pre-planned, optimized, and ready before you even ask. This isn't artificial intelligence showing off. This is artificial intelligence getting out of the way. Let's talk about something that doesn't get enough attention in car reviews: peace of mind. The original Model Y was already one of the safest vehicles on the road. The rigid battery structure, the low center of gravity, the advanced driver assistance features, it earned its safety ratings honestly. But the 2026 model takes that foundation and builds something even more reassuring. Enhanced sensor arrays, improved processing power for the autonomous safety features, better visibility, faster reaction times. And here's what that means in the real world. It's not just about surviving a crash. It's about avoiding one in the first place. It's about that split second where the car sees something you didn't, reacts faster than you could, and turns a near miss into a non-event. For families, for anyone who's ever driven with people they love in the passenger seats, that's not a spec sheet bullet point. That's everything. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: range. The original Model Y offered solid real-world range, enough for most people's daily needs, enough for road trips with strategic charging stops. It worked. The new model extends that comfort zone, not through some revolutionary battery breakthrough, though the cells are more efficient, but by smarter energy management, better aerodynamics, more efficient motors, the cumulative effect of dozens of small improvements that add up to meaningful extra miles. Is it a game changer? Not in the dramatic sense, but it's the difference between I can make that trip and I can make that trip with margin to spare. And that margin, that's where confidence lives. So here's what we're really talking about. The 2026 Model Y represents something larger than incremental improvement. It represents Tesla's bet that electric vehicles have graduated from the proving themselves phase into the refining themselves phase. The original Model Y was about proving that electric cars could be practical, affordable, family-friendly, mission accomplished, millions sold, category defined. This new generation is about something more personal, proving that an electric car can be a car you want to drive, not just one you feel good about driving. There's a subtle but profound difference there. The first generation changed minds. This generation might change hearts. And you know what? That's exactly where we are in the evolution of electric mobility. The revolution happened. Tesla won that battle. Now comes the harder part: making electric vehicles so good, so refined, so integrated into our lives that we stop thinking of them as electric vehicles and start thinking of them as just vehicles, the best ones. Because here's the truth. The Model Y has always been about moving forward, about choosing progress over nostalgia, about betting on a future that's cleaner, smarter, quieter. But this time it's not just faster or smarter, it's more human. It understands that we don't just want technology, we want technology that understands us. We don't just want efficiency, we want comfort. We don't just want innovation, we want innovation that makes our lives genuinely better, not just different. The 2026 Model Y is Tesla's answer to a question they've been asking themselves since the beginning. What happens when the future stops feeling like a compromise and starts feeling like home? This is what happens. If you enjoyed this deep dive into what makes the new Model Y special, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Check out the video on your screen next, where we uncover the next chapter in Tesla's story and explore what's coming down the pipeline.